Well, I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
Thank you, Robert. Pleasure. And thanks for having me.
And congratulations on kicking the sophomore jinx. This album is amazing from top to bottom, my friend.
Thank you very much, Robert. The response has been amazing. Really very humbling to myself and the whole band.
I wanted to ask you, were there any changes in the recording process this time around?
Slightly. We used a friend of ours named Chris Thamelko to mix the album. But in terms of the recording, it was pretty much the same, man. If anything, maybe I had the opportunity to branch out and work um, with some different members this time, like Danny Ciccardi, the vocalist from Wicked Smile, wrote a few of the tunes with me. Dave, the guitar player, and so that was really cool. Whereas most of the first album, I co-wrote with my buddy Paul Lane, who still contributed to this album as well.
And one thing that is noticeable to me is a change in the lyrics and the direction of the lyrics. I wanted to ask, does that come from the other members joining in as well?
A little bit, yeah, and also it was something that I actually thought, let's go a little bit less, how can I sort of say it? On the first album, we tried to really make a point of not being um, the typical hard rock metal lyrics, if you know what I mean by
Mhm.
that. So, stay away from the cliches. Where this time we thought, you know what, man, what the heck? Let's just enjoy heavy rock metal and just go for it. So it's a little bit more traditional. Again, if you're going to get back to your roots, you may as well do it properly, right?
Sure. And
Yeah.
and when Night Falls, was that a working title or was the album named from the song itself?
It was from the song, and we've kind of got this theme going, obviously, with "Wait for the Night," "When Night
Hmm.
Falls." So that again, that was also in the game plan. But yeah, I think it was, oh gosh, about 2 years ago, I started working on the song "When Night Falls," and it was going for more of that. Uh, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell sort of
Mm.
era, maybe even more cross purposes, even maybe later as well. So that was the vibe with that, and we just thought, yeah, let's go with it. So yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, when this album was put together, how long did it take you to put the songs in order? Because I love the flow of this album from top to bottom. I think it's one of the strong points of the album.
Oh, thank you. I think it's very important, and I think it's a forgotten thing these days because back in the day, and we even went to the point of because we knew it was going to come out on vinyl. We also thought about okay, so which track is going to begin side two as
Sure.
well. So that was definitely something we thought of, and we discussed it with the band in a group chat, and we went back and forth a few times. And yeah, I'm so glad that you say that because it was definitely something that was talked about and discussed.
And I wanted to speak about the song Nighttime Riders. Yeah, I wanted to ask if you could speak on it and ask you, do you ride?
Well, that one actually, the idea came about from the other guitar player, Dave First, and first up. He actually does ride, and I don't myself. I ride a skateboard. Um, but yeah, not quite the same, right? But yeah, Dave does ride and has for many years now. I think he's looking at getting another bike. So that whole song is very, influential, obviously, about, bikes and stuff, yeah, motorbikes and stuff. So, and it came together really quickly. I think Dave came up with a really cool riff, and then, we worked on it together from then on and onwards. And I think Danny helped with the lyrics as well, whilst I was writing the lyrics. So, yeah.
And you've continued the trend of making amazing videos. I wanted to ask you, who's responsible for the videos?
Uh, Thank you. It's again, it's another thing that we think is pretty important, even though obviously we're not in the MTV era or anything like that. But I just think if you're going to try and do this properly, you need a decent video, and we do again plan for that as well. A good friend of ours named Ian Ritter, who has worked with a number of artists in Australia, is the person responsible for our last couple of videos, and he's great. He's so easy to work with, and for there's another video that'll be coming out in the next couple of months as well, so which will be for the ballad. So yeah, that's exciting, and we did. I'm thinking Face of the Wicked in the forest, and some other parts in a big factory, and that one came up really well. And
Yes.
same thing with When Night Falls. We went to an open area, and sort of went with the bit of the face makeup on that, and it's just been. We enjoy it. It's all about having fun. It's very bonding within the band. We all get together obviously and spend a day on a video. So that's cool.
And I wanted to ask you as well. You've
Hmm.
created another album with absolutely amazing artwork. Who's responsible for the cover artwork?
Wow, that one actually, our bass player Tom has organised, and it's in the liner notes. I've forgotten his name, but he's very, very good, and
Yes.
he actually did the EP as well. So he's fantastic. So I actually didn't have as much to do with that. Our bass player Tom organised him. He's a friend of his, but he's awesome. So check it
And
out in the liner notes for anyone who's listening or viewing.
and you have a kick-ass album out. What's the next step for you? Will you take to the road?
Definitely, man. We've got our main album launch in a bit over I think it's about 2 to 3 weeks away. So in March, so we're very excited about playing our hometown album launch, and that always goes off every time we play here. And then we'll continue to play live shows, and then we also have a UK tour. So that's coming up in May. So we're playing Call of the Wild Festival, and then a couple of headline dates as well, and hoping to get over to places like Holland, and so Netherlands and Belgium, and so hoping to get extend as well. But we just recently returned from Japan because we did some launch shows in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we played three headline shows in Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo, and that was amazing because the Japan tend to want their CDs out before the rest of the world. So it's
Sure.
been out in Japan for a couple of months now. So that was amazing. It really was, and just to be able to meet long-time fans. I mean, we had people bringing up uh, vinyl and CDs for us to sign from previous bands, like from myself, Black Majesty, and
Hmm.
Cyclone Tracy, and Danny with Pegasus, and I Fear, and we had In Malice's Wake for Dave, and Envenomed also for Tom. So that was amazing. It really was. It was great fun, and we can't wait to return to Japan as well because we've already been invited back next year. So that's going to be great.
And we spoke of this before when we
Yep.
spoke over the first album, but I wanted to reiterate to my fans, how did this band form?
We, well, it was an idea that I actually had going back probably about 2019, 2020, where I'd been playing in my former band, Black Majesty, which is a power metal band in Australia, who are still continuing to go on, who are still my best friends. So we've continued the friendship. But it was just time after playing in the band for almost 20 years, so a long time, for me to get back to my roots. And don't get me wrong, I love heavy music, power metal music, but I just wanted to go a bit more heavy rock, heavy metal, classic 80s, 70s, 80s sort of style in terms of direction wise. So I had that idea, and then from there, I contacted my good friend Paul Lane, who also is the singer of the Defiance and has been in Danger Danger. So we've been longtime friends. I played guitar in his band, and so we co-wrote about 6 songs, about half a dozen songs together, and we were both really happy with the way they turned out. So we were very, very happy with those. And then it was time to form a band. So I called up the singer of Black Majesty, my former band. His cousin is Danny Ciccardi, who used to sing with Pegasus and I Fear. And so I called up him and I said, "Hey man, do you think Danny would be interested in working on this new band with me?" And then I touched base with him. We recorded the first demo together. I think it was We Fall, which is on the first album. And from there, it's just been onwards and upwards. It sounded great. We had an amazing response, and it's just been, really, really good and just very, very easy to work with Danny in terms of he's got a love for music just like me. So it's been amazing.
And with Hitting the Road, I wanted to ask you if you could tell your fans what they can expect when they see you live.
Well, we're a pretty energetic band. We take influence from a lot of the 70s, 80s bands. So, whether it be uh, bands like Icon, Rat,
Mhm.
Dokken, Queensryche, Savatage, Skid Row, then a lot of the English bands such as Maiden, and so we're very into our music. We enjoy it, have fun. Uh, Danny is amazing live, and that's one thing we pride ourselves on. What we do in the studio, I think we can replicate live. For those people who've seen us, if you check us out on YouTube, there's a bunch of stuff on YouTube where you can check out some live stuff. So we've been fortunate enough where we've supported some bigger bands like Skid Row. We supported Skid Row, and we have also supported Heat. We more recently played with a band called Dream Evil from Sweden,
Mhm.
and it's the response has been amazing from people. So, and I must reiterate as well, like we put up pre-orders for this album, and the response was fantastic to the point where we've had to order more product via the label. So that's so good, and yeah, good problem to have in many ways. So
Yes,
even
absolutely.
even though we're quite independent. Like we're not on obviously not on a major label, but we've got No Dust Records, where the guy who runs the label, Henk, is just a huge fan of music, and importantly, he likes our band, loves our band, so he's fully invested. And there's lots of interviews and reviews and podcasts like what we're doing here, and in terms of the product getting out there. I'd like to think that we're a priority, which is great. So, for example, sometimes you go on a bigger label and
Sure.
nobody knows that it's released, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Or you
yes,
might see your name on a bus driving by.
so there's pros and cons, right?
Sure.
So, so I think the guy who's handling our album, I think, really is invested, and so far so good, man. Everything he said he's was going to do, he's done, and so that's exciting.
And you've had an amazing career all in its own. I wanted to ask you if you could go back through the time you've spent on the road, what's your favorite road story?
Oh, there's been a few. I think more recently on the Japan tour, actually. So that was in late November. So even though I've been doing this for a long time, that has to be one of my favorite tours we've ever done. And so yeah, it probably would have been Tokyo. Just seeing people in the audience, like as a kid, I had albums like Unleashed in the East and
Mhm.
uh, Beast, Beast in the East, Beast from the East, Dokken. I
Yes.
can't remember the title. So a lot of Japanese stuff, and then to be playing these places and having people wanting to take photos and sign autographs and visiting their stores and doing in stores and signing sessions. That was amazing. But so that was recently, and even for those people who don't know, I have a daughter named Cassidy Paris, and she's a solo artist herself. And to be on stage and playing her band is like one of the proudest moments as well,
Sure.
particularly as a dad, just to be looking side stage and I'm playing guitar and she's running the show, singing and playing guitar. So that's been amazing, and she's got a lot of stuff coming up as well. So it's fantastic.
Yes, you have to be very proud of the progress she's made in her career.
Definitely, man, definitely. Well, I mean, look, she's going to keep growing. I mean, she's as an artist and performer. I mean, she's only 23 and she's signed on Frontiers. Has toured the UK 3 times before, played Europe. She's got lots of stuff to be announced as well. So very, very soon. So it's awesome, man. Really, really awesome.
I wanted to ask you now the album's out, of course. What is the best way to get a hold of this album and any merchandise that you have?
Thank you. If people go to our website, wickedsmileband.com, there's a bunch of links for people to buy the album worldwide. Like we've got a distributor in America, we've got a distributor in Europe, UK, Japan. So it's out, and people can readily get it. It was a little bit more challenging on the first album. So I'm glad things have come together.
Hmm. And lastly, I wanted to ask you, my friend, if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
I'd like to say thanks for the ongoing support. I've got some people who have followed my career from the 80s, late 80s, and that's amazing. And in regards to Wicked Smile, it's playing in a new band these days in this era with the way music is and the industry is, it's pretty challenging.
Sure.
So for people to have latched on to our band and taken a chance on our band, thank you for the support. We get some amazing support right around the world. We always reply to people. Like, so if anyone writes to the band, it's the band writing back. And we're that type of band where we'll meet anyone, um, before, after the show, wherever possible. We'll do it, and we'll sign anything, take photos, and so yeah, we're very much appreciative of the fans. And I know a lot of bands say that, but we really do that. So yeah, thanks for the support, and yeah, hopefully see you on the road.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to take time to thank you for creating an album that I enjoyed from top to bottom. I'm glad our mutual friend Heidi got us together to meet for the first time.
Oh,
And
great,
I'm
fantastic. Yeah,
forever thankful to her for it because
yeah. Thanks,
I've,
Heidi. Cheers.
I've
Yeah,
listened to grooves off your first one. So I was
awesome.
ready for a new one.
Ah, fantastic. And we've already started writing for the third one, man. Early days, even though we've just released this one. So I think the next one will come out a lot quicker.
Well, thank you again for taking time to speak with me. It's always a pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Thank you, Robert. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hopefully the weather improves for you soon, man.
I hope so too. May have another month.
That's it.
You
Cheers,
take
man.
care. Cheers.
Bye bye. See ya.
Bye.